To keep yourself updated, subscribe to Indigolearn and click the bell icon and download our app OneFin to start learning on the go.
Hi friends and dear students. Yesterday a couple of events happened. One was a press conference by ICAI and other one was a report from the finance committee. Both of them are very important concerning the profession. The first one obviously where institute put out that they would be changing syllabus once in every 5 years instead of once in every 10 years. A lot of students sounded concerned there, but I don't think there is any need to be concerned. Even if they change syllabus or even if they add content, about 70-80% would still remain the same, because the core content of what you do as accounting and finance, that is not going to change. Your taxes are not going to change, your accounting standards are not going to change. So in that aspect it is good. They would update it every 5 years so that even the students or the future members, they are equipped with the latest skill set which is required in the industry, right? So you have a lot of new things like blockchain coming up, that we have to be well versed with that. The impact of technology on the way we do accounting, the way we are valuing startups, all of those things need importance, and it is good that ICAI is thinking in the right direction. And the other thing which came out yesterday was a report from the finance committee where they had discussed a lot of things, and one of the most important thing that was brought out in the report was to increase the competition. Now if I have to just to give you a perspective of how things work in India, we have ICAI for chartered accountants or for the accounting profession, and ICAI sets the syllabus content, they create the study materials, they conduct the examinations, they award membership, they award certificate of practice, and even disciplinary proceedings are taken by ICAI. Now what has happened here is everything is concentrated on one institute. Now whether it is good or bad is a separate discussion, but internationally if you see, the licensing authorities are different from the ones who conduct the examination. And in fact, if you look at institutes like for AICPA or ACCA or CIMA, they don't even prepare study materials. They give a broad syllabus outline. Based on those syllabus outline, students are required to prepare. They can refer to various publishers, they can take external help, and then examinations are conducted and a license is awarded, right? So it's more of a decentralized approach. Everything is not concentrated at a single place. Like we have this concept in audit, you would see that makers and checkers. So here, even when you have maker and checker as a single body, then it becomes slightly difficult to carry out disciplinary proceedings. So that part is highlighted in this particular report, and it is really good that someone is thinking in the directions of improving the profession, taking the profession to the next level, rather than continuing something which we started just immediately after the independence. So if you see, there is some discussion about how things happen in US. So for taking a license, you have to go to the State Board of Accountancy. For public companies, you have Public Companies Accounting Oversight Board. Then you have AICPA, which is a voluntary organization. It is basically a association of CPAs, right? So that is different. So the member body is different, and exam is conducted by National Association of State Boards of Accountancy, NASPA, right? So that is different. So there you have this independence thing, that is examination is conducted by somebody else, license is given by somebody else, disciplinary proceedings is with somebody else. So that improves transparency, and that is the core purpose of chartered accountancy, practicing CAs, even CAs in industry. We need more transparency, and I think this is a good example. If you see, look at the US, not just the US, if you come back and look at this summary, examinations are conducted by AICPA. NASBA takes the score from AICPA and transmits them to the State Boards of Accountancy. State-wise structure will work here, will not work here, that's a different question, but here is how it is conducted. And CPAs need not be members of AICPA. So it's a voluntary organization. It is not a mandatory thing that CPA should be a member of AICPA. Okay, and license to practice and revocation of license is by State Board of Accountancy, some independent body, right? In India, do we have that? We don't have it right now, but they are thinking in that direction. They have also given examples of UK, Africa and Australia, where you have different ways in which they conduct the examination and licenses are awarded, right? If you look at the UK, you have ICAI. You also have other certification courses like ACCA. Now ACCA may not be carrying out all the functions of a chartered accountant, but still you have another professional body which is competing with ICAI for at least some of the accounting functions. The whole idea is, unless you have the competition, you cannot improve the quality of the profession, and I think that is the need of the hour, and this is thought in a pretty right direction. Now, what does this mean for the students? Are we saying that, chartered accountancy will lose its relevance? No, we are not saying that. It is more about increasing the competition. You may have parallel bodies, like, globally you have, as I said, you have ICAI, and you have ACCA. Similarly, in India, you may have, parallel bodies which are offering accounting courses, which are offering licenses, and hence act as a competition to ICAI, and overall professional quality improves, right? Some initial outline is establishment of Indian Institutes of Accounting. Now, what is this Indian Institute of Accounting? Something like the IIMs for, your management, something like IITs for your engineering courses, right? Similarly, you'll have Indian Institutes of Accounting. Have they started this already? No, they have not started already. This is just a proposal or a suggestion, right? So, you'll have IIA, and what will IIA do? It will raise the standards of accounting education and offer competition to the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So, basically, if you look at any of the undergraduate courses for commerce, for example, a BCom degree, not many BCom degree are, placed value at, it's just like, general time pass thing which a lot of students do, unless you are doing it from a reputed college or a reputed university, right? So, to bring competition to ICAI, to improve the standards of accounting education, you have this proposal of starting something like Indian Institutes of Accounting. So, that is one thing. Now, what will IIA do? Similar in the lines of IITs and IIMs, you'll have them set up in different parts of the country. They will have, different boards for functioning, right? Then they mentioned that, you'll have an academic council which will, develop the curriculum. Right? They'll start with a 5-year undergraduate program, and then, they'll also develop postgraduate programs. They'll develop PhD programs, right? So, PhD, especially in commerce and economics, is not very prevalent in India, right? So, this is one aspect what they are looking at. Then it will be through a national entrance test after secondary schooling. So, now almost everything has moved on to this, common entrance test kind of a structure. In fact, even for BCom admissions for some central universities, you have this common entrance exam, right? So, in those lines, there will be a common entrance exam, right? You'll have a lot of focus on research, which is, a lot lacking as far as Indian context is concerned. Then those who qualify the undergraduate program, they will be given 2 degrees, a Bachelor of Accounting and a Bachelor of Business. This will give them a choice of the stream they want to go. So, whether you want to choose accounting or business, that is one thing. And then they will also be given to license to practice in similar lines to CAs. The license holders will be called Certified Professional Accountants. You can say Indian CPAs, and they will be required to register themselves with the Central Licensing Authority, maybe NAFRA, and that will handle their disciplinary matters, right? Now, the crux of this discussion is ICAI will continue the way it is continuing, right? There are also talks around, they will be merging 3 institutes and all of that. We do not know when will that fructify. That will continue. Apart from that, you will have a parallel stream of institutes which are offering accounting degrees, like Indian Institute of Accounting, what they mentioned, what they rightly named it. Now, there may be a lot of duplication because you already have a lot of good universities which are offering accounting courses, but yes, streamlined at a national level, this is what they are looking at. 5-year undergraduate program is what they mentioned. 5-year may be a very long duration, especially considering the depth of content at a commerce level. But yes, if you want to make something equivalent to CA, you will need that kind of rigor. We do not know how they will handle the internship aspects and training related aspects. It is just a preliminary thing, but a thought in the right direction, right? As far as students are concerned, I don't think a lot would change. The value that is attributed to CAs would still be there. Even for the members, it would still be there. Just that you have a parallel body. So, you'll have chartered accountants, you have certified professional accountants, right? Different licensing authorities, maybe based on the skill sets that the candidates have, based on the curriculum that they develop, that would decide the fate of their careers, right? In fact, just to give you a perspective, almost 80-85% of newly qualified chartered accountants, they don't go into practice, right? So, this part, the competition part is, the competition part is trying to focus on practice is one aspect, but not only the practice, this will also improve the candidatures available for the corporates, right? So, if you have competition, definitely you'll have to offer the best, right? Both from the institute's point of view and also from the student's point of view and also the members' point of view, right? So, a good thought process I should say to begin with, but we know, things take time, and I'm not sure how long will this take to actually fructify. We had the new national educational policy, and we have not yet seen great outcomes of that. Those are still in the initial stages. We still have a lot of things around NEET going on. So yes, over a period of time, definitely having a common entrance exam and then having a lot of institutes who will train accountants, that would definitely be helpful. But if you compare this with what happens internationally, you do not have dedicated institutes or campuses like IIMs to train accountants. Okay, so a 5-year undergraduate program, if it is a residential program, and you'll have to actually attend those institutes and all of that, then we cannot compare this with what is happening globally. Globally, the bodies like if I talk about AICPA, they do not train the students. Now here we are talking about training the students. We have to see how will this fructify, how will they actually roll this out. But as far as the profession is concerned, I think this is a step in the right direction. It would definitely help improve the quality, and students will also have multiple opportunities, right? You need not be stuck up with CA for a long period of time. And also once this thing of independence comes up, like if you divide the examination part and the syllabus setting part and the membership part, the issues that you face, like papers not being corrected properly, incorrect answers given in suggested answers, all of those things would go by, because then there will be an independent body handling the examination. See, right now also examination department is independent, but still it is within the overall premise of ICAI. So this increase in competition would definitely bring the profession at a better level, and it will make us internationally competitive, right? We have been still learning concepts which are a lot outdated. If you look at a lot of the syllabus structure that we learn, definitely this should help the profession as a whole. We'll need to see how things evolve over a period of time. As and when we get some update, we'll definitely reach out to you. As of now, there is nothing to worry. Institute would be there, chartered accountants would be there, the profession would be there. You may have a parallel profession called certified professional accountants. Maybe we can call them Indian CPAs. Thank you. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can just put it down in the comments. We would be happy to address that to the extent possible. Thank you.